Hi, thanks for linking into this very first video blog for 2021. I trust you're doing well. I trust that the break over the holidays has given you maybe a bit of time to rest, recuperate, maybe have a bit of fun and enjoyment. I know we still start the new year with uncertainty. Maybe we thought that the turnover of calendar was going to change things a lot. There's still uncertainty, and even here in Australia, there's restrictions that are different in each state. And of course, if you're linking in from around the world, things are very different indeed. So welcome, glad you're here with us. You know, the idea behind this vlog is that I would share a leadership thought each time and just expand it so that it might help you and your leadership make a difference and help you think through some things or help you in your leadership role. And I want to continue that, and we're going to continue that on this year. But this very first one, I just want to share a thought that's not, it's not just about leadership, it's bigger, it's about life, it's about something that might help us start this new year a little differently and with a bit more opportunity to flourish. Every year my family goes on holidays up by the beach, and part of that for my wife and I is that we walk along the beach each day, and we, in that time, in that week away, we try and discern and discover a word or two that actually will become seminal or crucial or definitive for the year ahead. I can remember over the years we've had words such as choices was my word one year when I knew it was a year coming up where there were some big choices to make. And I remember another year where it had been a pretty tough year the year before, and the word I sensed for that year was refreshment, that I needed to build some time into that year to be refreshed. And for this year, the word that I sense and discern for me, and maybe even for more than me, this year is the word recapture. I think it seems to me there are a number of things that we may have lost or might have been diminished over this past year that need to be recaptured this year. And it may not be just about for me, it may be for others who feel the same way. And as I said, this is not just a thought for leadership, it's a thought for life and maybe help you along the way. And just some of the things that come to mind for me is I know I need to recapture joy. Last year's been a bit of a robber of joy. I feel like joy has been stolen in many ways. I don't know about you, but I'm a news buff, so I watch news broadcasts and listen to news on the radio and read newspapers and stuff. And you know that when you listen to a news broadcast, for many months, the first 10 minutes has always been about a COVID update, how many people have tested positive, maybe how many people have died, where things are at around the world and certainly here in Australia. And when you hear that day after day, night after night on the news, it somehow just seems to diminish the joy you feel in your life. And I know for me, I need to recapture some of that joy. Tied in with that, I know I need to recapture some wonder. This world is a wonderful place, but again, this last year may have stolen some of that wonder from us, where we've forgotten there's a reality out there of a wonderful place, a wonderful world, wonderful people who we connect with, who make a difference in our lives. And we need to see something of the wonder of life and the wonder of creation, something above just the ordinary mundaneness of life. There's a reality out there that's bigger and better than that. And when you lose the wonder of things, you just live in this sort of bland mediocrity, and that's not good for us to do. I need to recapture some of that wonder. There's times when I feel I need to recapture some passion. You know, the things that have happened this past year and changes in rhythms and stuff have eaten away at the passion. Your enthusiasm quotient diminishes. You find yourselves with sometimes a dose of the blahs, and a new year comes around and things haven't changed maybe as much as we'd hoped they'd change, and so you get a little despondent, and particularly in our homes, in our workplaces, wherever we're in our study, you just find yourself losing a little bit of passion, needing to recover and recapture that again. So it's a bit of a recapture focus for that as well. Very practically, I think too, I will need to recapture some of those rhythms and disciplines that have been there. You know, sometimes over the holiday period, not to do with COVID necessarily, but just in any holiday period, those rhythms that you've built into your life that bring order and positive future, some of those rhythms and disciplines you build in, they just get let go in a holiday period. And I know for me, I'll need to recapture some of those disciplines and rhythms for this year to have an impact and to be effective this year. So just some of those things that need to be recaptured. And you may be able to think of many more. You probably can. I've just mentioned a few: recapturing joy, recapturing wonder, recapturing passion, recapturing some rhythms and disciplines in life. But it may be you might need to recapture relationships or recapture teamwork, other things you can think of. That word recapture maybe just resonates with you this year. So it's not a specific leadership thought, but maybe it's a thought that helps to start this year, so that when we start looking at leadership thoughts, we can have them in that having looked at a year, we need to recapture some hope, some flourishing, some thriving. So I hope that's helped for you as we start this year. We'll kick off those leadership thoughts in a fortnight's time. Thanks for linking in. Look forward to seeing you again in a fortnight. Don't forget you can feedback on Facebook, LinkedIn, website timhanna.com.au. Hope to have some news next time on more YouTube stuff. So stay tuned for that. But thanks for connecting in. See you again in a fortnight. Stay well. Take care.